Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Alex from Alex's Innovations. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make this double Aztec bracelet. This is probably the most requested bracelet I've had to make a tutorial on, so here you finally go. I'm really sorry that it took me this long, but I've just had so many other tutorials that I've wanted to do, so hopefully you enjoy, and comment down below which bracelet you want me to make a tutorial for next. So as you can see, I'm going to be recreating this bracelet right over here. This is my Rick and Morty variation. Just letting you know that if you don't want to make this bracelet, or if you try making it but it didn't really turn out too well, then I am selling these in all of the colors that you see here. They're on my Etsy. The link is down below, but briefly my Etsy is Alex's Innovations. You can search for it. I have super affordable bracelets that are delicate and handmade. Each one takes me about 2 to 8 hours, depending on which one you choose. But I'm really proud of what I've created, and hopefully you like it too. Let's get started. First, you want to choose 5 colors. For me, I have chosen the colors based off of the Rick and Morty logo. So for me, that is black, blue, neon green, a neon yellow, and a darker green. So you want to cut 2 strings of each color, and each string should be about 2 meters long. So you should have 10 strings cut in total, and then when you fold that in half, you'll have 20 strings. Right now I'm going to make the beginning loop for my bracelet. I've made a much more in-depth tutorial on this, and the link is in the description for that and also in the card above, but I'm just going to be speeding this part up so you can go check that video out if you want to learn how to do that. Alrighty, so now that I have my beginning loop made, I am going to bend it so it sort of forms this U shape, and I'm going to place this on my clipboard. Right now I'm going to be creating a shape start, which again I have created a video for, but it's a little specific and a little bit different than the shape start video that I made in the tutorial, in that the shaping thread is only one color instead of the shaping thread being different colors. So first what you're going to want to do is separate your strings into 2 bundles of 5 colors each. You're just going to put this side over off to the left for a second. You want to have 2 groups of 5 symmetrical threads. So as you can see over here we have our 5 colors, and then over here we also have our 5 colors. So first you're going to take the black, because I'm basing this bracelet off of the picture that you see here. So this black is going to be the shaping thread. You are going to do a backward forward knot over all of the threads over here. Then you're going to take out the blue. You're sort of going to put that off to the side because that's the first string that we have here. And then over the remaining 3 threads you're going to do another backward forward knot. Then you're going to take out the neon green thread, because that's the next color that we have taken out here. And then do a backward forward knot over those 2 strings. Then finally take out this neon yellow thread, and then do a backward forward knot over the final dark green thread. So this is going to be our order. As you can see, the shape start is not that intense over here. This is going to be our order for the rest of the bracelet. So we're going to put these off to the side, and we're going to do the same thing, just mirrored on the other side. So here I'm taking my black thread. I'm going to first do a backward forward knot over all of these threads. Then I'm going to take out the blue thread and place it to the left. Then I'm going to do a backward forward knot over the remaining 3 threads. Then I'm going to take out the neon green thread and place that to the left. Then I'll do a backward forward knot over the remaining 2. Then finally I'm going to take out the neon yellow thread, place that to the left, and do a forward backward knot. Alrighty, so this is our shape start for one of the sides, and I'm just going to go back and do this all again on the other side. Alright, so now that I've finished the shape start for this other side, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 2 middle dark green threads and I'm going to tie them together. What this is going to do is this is going to link together the 2 different sides of our bracelet, because right now the beginning loop was kind of separate. This is going to link the 2 sides together. So I'm going to do that right now. Just with 1 green thread, I'm just going to knot over, and as tightly as I can, knot that to the other. Great, now I'm going to create the blue diamond you see in the middle. So on this right side here, I'm going to take the 2 blue strings, and with the left one, I'm going to do a double forward knot over the right one. Then I'm going to do a double forward knot over the green thread. Then a double forward knot over the yellow thread. And then a forward backward knot over my green thread right over here. Then with the other blue thread in the middle, I'm going to do a double backward knot over the green thread. Then a double backward knot over the yellow thread. Actually, I was just kidding, guys. I haven't made this bracelet in about 2 years, so I actually messed up over here. Sorry about that. I don't have enough time to unknot this whole bracelet, but it's a very simple fix. I accidentally did the wrong knot here on the edges, so instead of having the green all the way in the center, you're going to have the black all the way in the center. So it's very simple. You just have to undo the last half of the knots. So sorry about that. I'm just going to fix this real quickly. Alright, so I'm back now. Basically what I did was I just reversed the end knots on the black strings so that the blacks are all the way on the end. I'm going to do a double backward knot over the neon yellow thread. Then I'm going to do a backward forward knot over the dark green thread. So that sort of created the top of our diamond. Now I'm going to take the neon green threads in the middle here, and with the left one I'm going to do a double forward knot over the right one. Then I'm going to do a forward backward knot over the neon yellow thread over here. And then with the other green thread, I'm going to do a backward forward knot over the neon yellow thread. Finally, I'm going to knot these 2 threads in the middle. So this forms our green diamond. Now I'm just going to close the diamond by knotting the blue threads over these yellow and green threads. So just to be clear, you guys are going to be doing double forward knots on the left side, and then double backward knots on the right side until this blue diamond is closed over here. Great. Now we're going to close this blue diamond by knotting over with the black threads. We're going to take the black thread and knot all the way down into the center of the blue diamond. So over here you're going to be doing double forward knots. And then on the right side you're going to be doing double backward knots up until and including you reach the black thread in the middle. Now I'm going to repeat this exact same process on the other side. You can go back to the timestamp shown here in order to watch that again, but I'm just going to speed this up because it's literally the exact same thing. Alright, so I've repeated what I just showed you on the other side, so now we are going to create this diamond that you see in the middle here. So this diamond with the green and yellow threads are just going to be the same as the ones with the blue and the neon green. It's just going to be in the middle instead of 2 separate ones. So here I'm going to take the green threads in the middle. With the left one I'm going to do a double forward knot over the right one. Then I'm going to do 2 double forward knots, one over the yellow thread, one over the neon green thread. Then I'm going to do a forward-backward knot over the blue thread with the green thread. Then with the other green thread in the middle, I'm going to do something very similar. I'm going to do a double backward knot over the yellow thread, then a double backward knot over the neon green thread, and then a backward forward knot over the blue thread. Then with the neon yellow threads in the middle, I'm going to do a double forward knot with the left one over the right one. Then I'm going to do a forward backward knot with the yellow thread over the neon green thread. Then with the other neon yellow thread in the middle, I'm going to do a backward forward knot with the yellow thread over the green thread. Then I'm going to knot the two neon yellow threads in the middle. Now with the green thread over here, I'm going to do two double forward knots, one over the neon green thread, and one over the yellow thread. And then with the other darker green thread, I'm going to do two double backward knots, one over the neon green thread, and then one over the yellow thread. Now I'm going to take one of the black strings on the right side, and I'm going to do double backward knots all the way down until I reach the first of the dark green threads. Then on the left side, take the other black thread and do double backward knots all the way down. Now on the right side, you're going to take the green thread, and you're going to do two double backward knots, one over the yellow thread, and then one over the neon green thread, and then a backward forward knot over the blue thread. Then with the neon yellow thread, do a backward forward knot over the neon green thread. Then with the green thread, do two double forward knots, and then with the black thread, do four double forward knots. Then on the other side, we're just going to do the same thing, but we're going to reverse the knots. So take the green thread, and you're going to do two double forward knots. And then a forward backward knot over the blue thread. Then with the yellow thread, do a forward backward knot over the green thread. And then with the dark green thread, do two double backward knots. Then with the black thread, do four double backward knots. Alright, and now you're just going to repeat the diamonds that you made up here, the blue and green diamonds, so I'm just going to be speeding this up, but you can go back to the timestamp marked here, and I'll show you how to do those. Alright, now what you're going to do is you're going to be making chevrons. So you can make as many chevrons as you want, but I personally like to do as many up to the neon green thread because I want to use that to make these little squiggly zigzag things later. So to make the chevron, you're just going to tie the middle strings together and then make chevrons on each separate side. So that's just forward knots and then backward knots all the way down into the centers. It's not that bad. It's basically like the ends of the diamond, so you're kind of just echoing the ends of the diamonds with the later strings. So do as many of those as you want. I'm going to do up until I complete the neon green chevron. Now that I'm done with my 3 chevrons, I'm going to get started on the next portion of this bracelet. So all the way in the right side, I'm going to do 2 double backward knots with the blue thread. And then I'm going to do a backward forward knot with the blue thread over the yellow thread. Then with the black thread, I'm going to do a backward forward knot over the green thread. Then with the blue thread, I'm going to do a double forward knot, and then a forward backward knot over the black thread. Next, with the neon green thread next to it, I'm going to do a double forward knot, and then a forward backward knot over the dark green thread. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, but just reverse it. So I'm going to do 2 double forward knots with the blue thread over the black thread and the dark green thread. And then a forward backward knot over the yellow thread. Then with the black thread, I'm going to do a forward backward knot over the dark green thread. And then with the blue thread, I'm going to do a double backward knot, and then a backward forward knot over the black thread. Then with the neon green thread, I'm going to do a double backward knot over the yellow thread, and then a backward forward knot over the dark green thread. Then in the middle, I'm going to tie the 2 blue threads together, and with one of them, I'm going to do 2 double forward knots, one over the black thread and one over the dark green thread. And then I'm going to do a forward backward knot over the yellow thread. Then with the blue that's still in the middle, I'm going to do 2 double backward knots, one over the black thread, and one over the green thread. And then I'm going to do a backward forward knot over the yellow thread. Then with the black in the center, I'm going to knot those 2 together. Then with the one on the right, I'm going to do a forward backward knot over the green thread. And with the one on the left, I'm going to do a backward forward knot over the green thread on its left. Then I'm going to knot these 2 threads together in the center. Then with the blue thread, I'm going to do a double forward knot over the green thread, and then a forward backward knot over the black thread. And then with this blue on the right, I'm going to do a double backward knot over the green thread, and then a backward forward knot over the black thread. Then with this other green thread on the right, I'm going to do a double backward knot over the yellow thread, and then a backward forward knot over the green thread. Then I'm going to knot these 2 yellow threads in the center together, and then I'm going to finish the diamond with the neon green thread around the neon yellow thread. Now with the blue thread all the way in the right, I'm going to do a double backward knot over the green thread, and then a backward forward knot over the yellow thread. Then with the black over the green, I'm going to do a backward forward knot, And then just like we did for this knot, for this sort of half diamond above, we're just going to repeat that. So do a double forward knot with the blue thread over the black thread. And then I'm going to take this green thread up here, and I'm going to do a double forward knot over the yellow thread, and then a forward backward knot over the green thread. And then with this blue thread right up here, I'm going to do a double backward knot. Then with this blue thread right up here, I'm going to do a double forward knot over the green thread, and then a forward backward knot over the yellow thread. Alright, then taking this green thread up here, I'm going to do a double forward knot over the yellow thread, and then a forward backward knot over the green thread. Then I'm going to knot these two yellow threads in the middle, just like we did on the other side. And then I'm going to knot these two green threads around that. Alright, then I'm going to take this blue thread over here, and I'm going to do a double forward knot over the green thread, and then a forward backward knot over the yellow thread. Then with the black thread, I'm going to do a forward backward knot over the green thread. Then with the blue, a double backward knot over the green thread, and then a backward forward knot over the black thread. Then with the green thread, I'm going to do a double backward knot over the yellow thread, and then a backward forward knot over the dark green thread. Then with this blue, I'm going to do a double backward knot over the dark green thread, and then a backward forward knot over the yellow thread. Now, just like we did above, I'm going to knot these two black strings together, and then I'm going to form a small diamond with them by doing a forward backward knot over this green thread and doing a backward forward knot over this green thread, and then knotting these two together. Now with the blue strings, you're going to do a double forward knot over the green thread and a forward backward knot over the black thread. And then with the blue thread on the other side, you're going to do a double backward knot over the dark green thread, and then a backward forward knot over the black thread. So after you finish the 3 of these, then you are going to do the same thing that you did above. You're going to end up with this blue chevron down here right after the 3 sort of double Aztec pattern thingies. You're going to end up with a blue chevron, and then you're going to knot the blacks over in a double chevron, and then basically you're going to repeat this pattern up here, but you're going to do sort of from the top of this single diamond to the bottom of these double diamonds. You're going to repeat that twice, so it sort of creates this pattern again, but with this pattern just above that. So once you're done with that, you can sort of end this at the double chevron. You can do a double shaped end, or you can just tie it off in a knot, or you can do a single shaped end and you can sort of bring it all the way down like that. Whatever floats your boat. This bracelet is also really customizable, which I really like. You can do as many of these diamond patterns as you want. You can make as many chevrons in the middle as you want, as long or as short, and you can do as many of these little squares in the center. So it's really up to you. It's really customizable, and I honestly really like it. So hopefully you enjoy this video. If you like this video and want to see more, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to keep the bracelets coming. Make sure you hit the bell that says all so you're notified for each one of my new videos. Also, please consider supporting me on Patreon. By contributing just a little bit each month, you can gain exclusive benefits like early access to my videos and bracelets shipped regularly to your front door. My Patreon is Alex's Innovations. The link is in the card and also in the description down below. If you're not already, follow me on Instagram at Alex Innovations. I do polls and surveys there that I later feature in my videos, so by checking out my profile, you can help me make better videos. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.